Greetings, class, and welcome to MSFS 5040, Theory and Practice of Sustainable Agriculture. I'm your instructor, Grace Gershuni, and I'm glad to be starting another session with your new cohort, with my new cohort, Cohort 7. It is Monday, July 20th, 2015, and I'm looking forward to the next 6 weeks of working with you. You will probably have read my greetings, my written greetings by now, and hopefully you've read my bio so you know a little bit about me. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about my philosophy of education. I've done a lot of work with individualized student-centered programs at both Goddard College and Prescott College, and I tend to take great interest in learning more about my students, so I hope you will share a little bit about yourselves on the virtual cafe as you can. I'd like you to include material from your own observations, your own lives, your own knowledge as you enter into discussions. So it's really, I don't particularly want very objective material from you, although I do want you to be able to support your points with credible sources, not just your own observations or knowledge, but it's very important that you use credible sources, and I hope you will get some more ideas about how to tell whether a source is credible, particularly on the internet, in this course. One of the things that I'd like to tell my students is that it's very important to examine your own assumptions and be aware of your own prejudices. We all have prejudices and we all have preconceived ideas. The important thing is that we know that they are prejudices and we have them and we acknowledge them and we take them into account when we are making assertions or presenting evidence. And that's one of the main things. I think some of you may have some assumptions challenged in this course, and I hope you will have an open mind about it. There are some things that students tend to assume as true that maybe aren't so true. As you may know from reading my bio, I worked at great length on organic certification and the National Organic Program standards and other standards, and really have a different story to tell than one that you'll often hear in the media, which I'm working on getting close to publishing my own book about, and I will give you information about that if you want. I've also made some major changes to the course, and not quite as many as I would like at this point. I hope to be able to do some more work on the readings. In particular, I have some new sources that I'd like to include, but I also am very sensitive to the fact that the reading burden is a very stiff one, and I want to restructure it. I've been having some computer problems, which are quite bedeviling lately, so I will be trying to restructure them. If I don't make it, I will talk to you more about what I really want you to do as we go week by week. I also hope that you will pay close attention to the resources for your final project folder. I rely heavily on the Leo 4000 draft standard in helping you understand what is meant by criteria and indicators and so on. But you are not by any means obligated to use that standard or use criteria taken from that standard in your final project. There are lots of other standards out there that have some good criteria to work with, and you need to make them specific to the farm that you're working with. The sooner you can get going on choosing that farm, the better off you'll be. Finally, I will just say a few notes about my schedule. I still do some organic inspections and have actually a few scheduled during August, and this shouldn't keep me from being able to check in on you every day, but I may not be so available by phone if folks want to get in touch with me about anything. And I will again alert you to when I will not be phoneable. And in general, those days I will only be checking in late in the evening, especially when I'm traveling. So just be warned about that. There isn't going to be too much of a noticeable absence, I'm sure, but I am not completely available every single day. Other than that, we'll have some fun. We will, I'm sure, have some great discussions. I believe this is a small cohort, so you will be able to get lots of good feedback, and I hope that you will use that to your advantage. And please enjoy yourselves. I think this is a very fun topic. There is some juicy material. There's way more material than, of course, we can cover in a 6-week class. So I try to make sure that you've got a good range of options, from people who are very knowledgeable to people who are less knowledgeable or just beginning to learn about agriculture. And I think that that will become clear as you get into the discussions. I'm looking forward to talking to you online, looking forward to getting a chance to get to know you a little bit better, and I hope that that you will enjoy this class. So welcome.